With strategic thrust, the Department of Agriculture, Fisheries and Livestock is geared towards transforming key institutions into complementary and high-performing entities that will spur cohesive growth in the sector. 1. The idea to increase productivity of the sector through sustained production of high-potential crops and livestock. 2. Transform land use practices that will give rise to better and informed utilization.
Another lot of urban farming is dairy. Actually, you have somebody by name Madenge. Madenge is in section 58. He has a lot of cows, and each cow has an average of production of milk 25 liters per day. And since the area is small, what he does zero grazing, and he sells milk in town, an average of 40 shillings to 50 shillings per liter. And from the cow dung, he makes biogas, and then that biogas he distributes to about 10 families in 58, and each family pays him 3,000 per month on the gas, and the residue from the production of biogas, he says it as manure. So that is what we are encouraging those who have very small farmers.
So I'm asking the governor to support those who are producing the fodder so that they can produce more to satisfy our country, so that our county we can get the revenue from other county. And also they have been supportive to me, to other institutions, so that I can get the best quality material I need. Currently I'm distributing to 15 families who are consuming our biogas, which is very helpful because we are earning money. And I think our county should come up with an idea of utilizing these human disposal, so that we can have more energy, and of course we can produce gas. If at all we connect all the toilets here in Nakuru to become one, and we have one big digester, I think we can have enough gas to be consumed here within Nakuru, and I think the life in Nakuru can be very cheap.
The Nakuru County government has been keen in living true to its commitment, and it has increased the number of extension officers per farm household. In Kenya, the national average is 1 extension officer per 1,093 farm households. Nakuru County has an average of 1 per 100 farm households, which is a plus.
Our population is about almost 1.9 million people, Nakuru County. All our employees are about 601, and in every sub-county, we have a sub-county agricultural officer, we have sub-county agricultural veterinary officer, and livestock. And when we want to reach a message, we use our sub-county agricultural officers. We have ward officers up to the ward level. If we can have more agricultural officers to reach the farmers per sub-location, it would be very good.
Modalities to outsource critical extension services in the sector from universities, producer organizations, non-governmental organizations, and the private sector have been adopted in a bid to increase agricultural extension capacity of the county.
And in terms of agriculture, we actually saw it fit that we uplifted the vulnerable group, and we decided to actually assist them in giving them satisfied seeds and fertilizers so that they can grow food crops, so that once they are satisfied, once they have got something enough for them to eat and maybe even have extra to sell, their standard of living will change.
The county government of Nakuru has focused on improving the productivity of key crops and livestock by rolling out investment initiatives in the agricultural sector. Buying and distribution of free top-dressing fertilizers and seeds for subsistence crops to 2,000 vulnerable households. Improved irrigation that promotes urban farming through use of greenhouse technology has boosted agricultural productivity. Targeted programs such as seeding ranches, enriched fodder and re-energizing the use of artificial insemination services has been a pet practice for this department for the last 2 years. The county government of Nakuru has prioritized security for its people and their property. The overall idea is to have a society free from danger and fear. Security is paramount in the quest for sustained investment enthusiasm and economic growth in the county. The county government of Nakuru has developed a secure environment in the county's commercial hubs that will enable individuals and businesses to thrive. It has invested in street and communal lighting infrastructure in a bid to attract investment from within and outside Nakuru County. The rationale here is to enable the growth of the private sector, since business firms spend an average of 11% of total costs on security infrastructure and 4% of sales on insurance against crime. Spending of this magnitude not only increases the cost of business transactions but also constrains the growth of the private sector. The Nakuru County Government has appreciated the need for basic education for all as a social pillar for the county's prowess. It has cultivated an enabling environment that has fostered a cohesive society enjoying equitable social development.
We have also, in the last 1 year, used about 110 million as bursaries to children of Nakuru County, from secondary schools to polytechnics to driving schools and up to university. Now, this money is given to the wards, so each ward up to when I'm talking now has been given at least 2 million, and they help us to identify the needy cases, and then from there the children get help.
Lakini nashukuru mheshimiwa, maana alichukua jukumu la kusaidia mtoto wangu. Kwa hivyo mtoto aliweza kuitwa shule ya national, singeliweza kulipa hizo pesa. Lakini mimi nashukuru mradi huu katika Nakuru ikiwa chini ya mheshimiwa. Kwa hivyo tunamuombea mtukufu wetu aweze kubarikiwa na asaidie wengi muno, maana tungali na watoto wengi ambayo wangali manyumbani na hawana namna. Kwa hivyo watoto kama hao, kama wanaweza kutuongezea hizi senti, so that hata wale watoto wangali ndani ya mashinani waitwe na tuweze kufanikiwa, nchi yetu inawiri ushindi katika masomo.
Easy universal access to free primary education for children born to underprivileged citizens has been at the heart of County Governor His Excellency Kinothia Mbugua. It was his benevolent initiative to dress for school at least 2,000 needy children across Nakuru County's rural areas as a way of encouraging enrollment and performance of these children. In his ambitious noble cause, the governor called in the private sector to help steer the education sector to a desired direction. The Metro World's Child an American philanthropic organization from the United States, came in to do charity work across 100 primary schools across the county to boost enrollment and performance levels. Kinudhia's partner in the drive would be Janine Stellatus, the director of Metro World Child Kenya, whose organization pitched in to buying school supplies, uniforms, books, teaching aids and learning equipment for schools. The organization complemented the program with a school feeding program where vulnerable children were identified and enrolled into the program for daily hot meals at school. As parents and teachers reported positive results of their children.
And here in Kenya, we started around 2 to 3 years ago. We are now reaching over 34,000 children every week here. We are in 37 schools in Nakuru and Njoro district. We are currently reaching over 34,000 children, and out of those 34,000 children, we are feeding 1,050 children every week in school with our feeding program.
Governor Kinuthia Mbokwa Foundation, we have given out school uniform to a number of children in various schools, so that we also improve the morale of those students, so that those students also look like other children in school. And we have come to learn that this has really boosted performance among those children who have benefited from the school uniform.
Not even raise their hands up in class to answer a question. They could not even go to the board to calculate sums because they feared other children would laugh at the holes in their uniforms. They were able to get to their sponsors. The sponsors sent these children uniforms, bags, books, and the children are feeling great. Some of them who have never afforded a smile, I saw them smile for the first time when they received their uniforms, and we were very happy.
Imenisaidia sana jina mangu, hata kukuwa na pesa yenye anaweza nilipia lunch. Kitambo kidogo tulikuwa tukuli, tulikuwa tukanja. Sasa imempea chakula hata inafanya nakula. Yenye nabakisha napelekea mtoto tumba.
Because this was enabling us to slip in other children who could not feed. Children now were attending regularly because they were sure of one meal in a day. And the children were changing diet. By the end of the year 2013, I'm happy to report that we made a positive deviation of 11 mean scores. That was quite an achievement.
We began the feeding program. It was a recommendation of the task force, and so far several children are benefiting from the feeding program. We've started with the arid areas and the badly hit areas where children go to bed hungry and come to school hungry. And so we started feeding those.
In the wake of the introduction of free primary education for all in 2003, increased enrollment without commensurate increase in infrastructure led to overstretched facilities and overcrowding in primary schools. Building of more early childhood development centers in remote areas of the county has been a critical assignment for the county government of Nakuru as a way of boosting basic literacy levels of the county.
I was leading a team to Germany sometimes the other year, and that is 2013, and we were successful. It was a successful trip. We were able to get 548 million, and they are putting up 3 schools, wonderful schools within Kaptembo area. That is Kaptembo Primary, Heshima Primary, and Nakuru West Secondary. So this is a very good investment
of upgrading poor urban schools. And we want to appreciate all the stakeholders, because right now we are getting model classroom, which at least will help the community. Initially, we used to have congestion in classes. At around, one stream was carrying around 85 pupils. There was poor lighting because the classes were semi-permanent and the roofs were very low. So with these classrooms which are coming up, it will improve the congestion. It will also have improved the lighting.
We now have 150 new classrooms. So what now remains is equipping these classrooms. These are modern classrooms, and we are just appealing to donors to assist us to equip the new classrooms which are scattered all over the 11 sub-counties.
Coming up are standard classroom, which will take around 50 pupils. So from 80 to 50, we expect performance to go up. Modern facilities, we shall have the stadium, we shall have the basketball pitch, handball, all that. And these are modern, and it will also be assisting the whole county, because if we have modern facilities, the other schools can come and use the facilities because it belongs to the county. We shall have modern facilities like basketball, which are rarely found in primary school.
It is the vision of the Nakuru County government to ensure there is equitable and affordable healthcare at the highest affordable standard to her citizens. A healthy populace boosts economic growth, reduces pangs of poverty, and meets individual myriad social goals.